Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for your support, love, and encouragement. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Well, so before I continue, please do remember to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are new on YouTube and they should please check us out. Thank you so much. They have got a very simple recipe, of course, simple. In fact, I might as well change my name to simple. So what I'm going today is to make awache. Ghanaians love it. I love it. Everyone loves awache. Awache is simply rice and beans, and of course with our leaves. I've got some leaves here. This one I used it the last time, and then afterwards I cleaned it and put it in the freezer. So I'm gonna reuse it. To be honest, I didn't know you can reuse awache until again whilst I was watching YouTube. I think precisely Mama Betty, you know that woman, I love her. It was through her that I got to learn that, oh, you can reuse the awache leaves. Before I was throwing them away, I'm being honest. So now, thanks to her, I know you can reuse the awache leaves. Thank you so much, Mommy, for teaching us all this. I didn't know. I know how to make the awache a long time ago, but I didn't know you can reuse the awache. But thanks to my sweet mom, Mama Betty, now I know, and I'm sure some of you also didn't know you can reuse it. So now we know we can reuse our awache leaves. So I've got some black eye beans here that I'm going to use. So I'm gonna measure it first, and I'm gonna make quite small amount of awache because Friday is coming, and in this house every Friday jollof rice must happen. So I'm gonna make some small awache, and I'm gonna measure it. I'm gonna use this to measure. So I'm gonna measure 2.5 cups of this and then show you guys. Alright guys, so I've got my 2.5 cups black eye beans here. So I'm gonna add in some hot water that I've just boiled from the kettle. That's it. And now I'm gonna add in my awache leaves. Okay. I don't cook awache with bicarbonate soda or even my beans with bicarbonate soda. I've never done so, so it's not because of any other reason, but personally I've not cooked awache with bicarbonate soda, and I don't cook either beans on its own also with it, so I'm not gonna add that. But if you want, you can add that. That's up to you, the individual. Alright guys, so our beans has been cooking for approximately 30 minutes right now, and this is how it's looking. It's still hard, so I'm gonna add some hot water to it for it to cook for another 15 minutes. By then the beans would have softened up a bit, that I can add my rice to it. So I'm gonna let it cook for another 10-15 minutes and show you guys. Alright guys, so our beans is now ready. So I'm gonna take some of the leaves out. So I'm taking some of the leaves out. If you want, you can also leave them in. It doesn't do anything much, but I'm just taking some of it. And I've just washed 1/2 cups of rice that I'm going to use. I've noticed that with awache, you don't need to use, I like basmatis, but you don't need to when cooking awache. There are certain rice that really goes well with it. So I've got AA rice here that is from Costco that I'm going to use to make the awache. That's one thing I've noticed anyway. There are certain food that when you are cooking, they are better off using those sorts of rice. For instance, like if you are making a mucho, I think when you are cooking a mucho, you really need that AA rice from Costco. It cooks it really well. So I'm just going to scoop in the washed rice that I've got in here, in there. I've really washed it really well. So just a cup and a half. Scoop everything in there. So that's the AA rice I'm talking about. When you are cooking like rice water, awache, and even I think I want more as well, as in oil rice. If you cook it with it, it's really nice. But there are certain food like jollof rice, fried rice, that I believe that when you are cooking them, you need basmati rice. That's just my idea anyway. I think some food works better with different types of rice. That's my belief. So now I'm gonna give it a stir. And now I'm gonna add in this is what makes my awache different though. And I learned this from my mother. You know, the stock from the meat that I fried, I'm gonna use some of that stock to cook the awache. So I'll get it and show you. Alright guys, so I've got some of the stock that I'm gonna add into the awache. There it goes. I use my green seasonings, healthy seasoning. That's what I use to season my meat. So that's why you can see the green kind of oil and stuff. So this is it. You use the seasoning to cook the awache. Oh, trust me, if I cook you awache, you will love it. So just give it a stir. I will taste it and see if the salt is enough, because so far I haven't added any salt to it. So I'm gonna taste it and see if it needs it. If it doesn't need it, I leave it. Now also is the time to make sure you've lowered the heat to medium. That's it. I've lowered it. Yeah, again, the salt is perfect, so no added of salt. I'm gonna add in my coconut milk in here and show you guys. Just added my coconut milk in there, so I'm gonna give it a stir. Ooh. And then just cover the rice and leave it to cook. Now I haven't added any baking powder to it because I'm not a fan of it, or should I say I don't cook with it. So I'm gonna cover it and let it cook for at least 20 minutes and then come and show you guys. Alright guys, so our awache is now cooked. It's soft, as you can see. It's all done. So I'm gonna take the leaves out now. because we don't need it any longer. It has served its purpose, so I'm gonna remove it. You have to try and make sure you remove everything, because you don't want to give someone food and they are in there. It's not nice. So as much as you can to take them out. So it's cooked now, and our stew is on the fire. So I'll show you guys how to eat this gorgeous thing. So I'm gonna cover it back now, and this is how to cook the waakye. Very simple, very simple, and you're all done. Alright guys, so our waakye is now cooked and rest for about 30 minutes or so, or actually more than that. So I'm gonna serve. You see what I was talking to you guys about? So when you are serving it, you need to try as much as you can to take the leaves out. It makes sense why some people take it out, everything out initially. So I'm gonna serve it. I like waakye, but I can't eat it alone by myself. I to eat it by myself. As you're serving it, monitor for the waakye leaves. It's just not good to have it in there. Okay, so this will be it for my sister and myself. So we take this from here because we finished using that, and there, and now we've got our garri. Garri representing. We got garri here. I prefer to eat it with garri than the spaghetti. That's just me. So waakye, no, I'm gonna garri ni bedos. So that's just me. Okay, and and of course I've got my spaghetti here. There it goes. I think that's enough. And the garri, just a little bit left. So basically why you are seeing the garri being orange is that I use the stew, the oil of the stew, to just garnish it like that, both this and the spaghetti. So I'm going to add my meat and show you guys.